Mox is here, and so is Fog Wrestling to talk about AEW Dynamite, the 23rd of October 2024. And for anyone that was greeting last night about AEW Collision Quarter Hours because someone sounded clinically depressed, I tell you, you talk about AEW Dynamite Quarter Hours at 3:30 in the morning, even though it was actually AEW Collision, Dynamite. I was going to say there is no difference. Dynamite is better than Collision, but I'm not going to pretend. It's the biggest gap in the world. But we do begin this show with Hangman Adam Page, bye. There's no baby about it because he's not Adam Cole, but he comes out, right, to the ring, knocks out Austin Gunn so bad last week, can't even remember his own brother's name. Out comes Colton Gunn. There was a spot where Colton Gunn goes to attack Hangman Adam Page, right? And he just flies like completely the timekeeper's area, and it just looked so funny. It looked so fake. Then Jay White and Juice Robinson come out, and then Jay White and Page get a wee bit of a beat down going on each other here. Page retreats up the ramp, and then Jay White takes, "I got your number, Page. I've got your number." So does Brad Maddox and Xavier Woods, but that's a different kind of Page and a different kind of number. Anyway, there was also like Mark Briscoe, Daniel Garcia, Private Party, Top Flight, and more were waiting in the parking lot for the BCC. I like that. You know, I'm not going to pretend this is NWO, but it gives you like similarities to it. There was also a cold opening with the whole issue that BCC caused last week, so we'll see. We'll see what's going to go on here. But there's a lot happening. And what kicked off the show in terms of matches was Sammy Guevara versus Shelton Benjamin. No stopping. Right, this was an alright match. People are pretending that Shelton Benjamin is like the greatest wrestler of all time. He did a suplex on the outside. Belly to belly suplex on the outside of Sammy Guevara. And people are like, Val Venus could never. Because there's a bit of a beef going because Val Venus said, like, someone said, I don't even know who it was. I think, was it Russo? Was Russo like downplaying Shelton Benjamin or something? Right, yo, I don't mind Shelton Benjamin, right? I really don't. I enjoyed his Big Mama work. I enjoyed, some of Team Angle, even though rewatching it is pretty boring. And he did some decent stuff in ECW, right? But let's be honest, who played a bigger part in WWE history? It's Val Venus. Everyone who watched the Attitude Era is going to remember Val Venus. Choppy, choppy, your PP. That storyline. His feud against Rikishi was epic. Chief Morley was great. Right to Censor was great. Literally everything this guy did within like a 5-year period for me was brilliant. Like, honestly, not really a bad word to say about Val Venus. Now, I don't think 2007, etc. was brilliant, but literally for 5 years, everything the guy did I thought was really good. So I'm not going to bash the guy. People make him like, because Shelton Benjamin did a suplex, that makes him a million times better than Val Venus. Well, Val Venus fucking took a frog splash for Rikishi for the top of a steel cage. That's more memorable than a suplex on the outside, if we're being honest about it. Anyway, though, Shelton Benjamin wins. Ain't no stopping me now. Exploder Power Slam finishes this one. Now getting down, getting west. Ain't no stopping me. No. Renee then has Mariah. Renee has Mariah May backstage, throws Anna Jay's luggage away. Anna Jay then arrives and Christopher Daniels breaks it up. Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, get ready to fly. I am. He's not TNA, AJ Styles TNA theme, but I can't really remember Christopher Daniels' theme. You'll have to forgive me. Tony Schiavone welcomes Cal Fletcher and Don Callis. Cal Fletcher pretty much cuts this promo. I mean, it wasn't the worst. It was better than his Collision promo. I'll give him that. Shaves his head. I ain't like Will Ospreay, mate. I ain't like Will Ospreay. Shaves his hair. So, fair play to him, shaving his head to further a storyline in professional wrestling. Happens to the best of them, maybe. We then had a video package of Take a Shitter defeating Josh Alexander at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling over the weekend. Ricochet showed up to make the save. Ricochet's going to challenge anyone on Rampage to a match, and MVP's like, you know what? I like you, Ricochet. Here's my card. Could we see Ricochet join the MVP's faction? For me, it's not really Ricochet doesn't really suit MVP. I'll admit he does need like a talking. He does need someone to talk for him because he can't talk. Simple as that. But I don't see us going far. We had Brian Cage and Lance Archer taking on two jobbers I've never heard of. Choke slam power bomb combo. Brian Cage and Lance Archer pick up the victory. Okay. The welcome committee are here. Chuck Taylor tries to get Briscoe as his match is up next though, because obviously Briscoe's out in the parking lot. The BCC are not here yet. But then, up next we've got a ladder match on Free TV. Right? Free TV, free TV, free TV, free TU. You know what, right? This is a ladder match, whatever you want to call it. People are crying that Jericho won, right? I'm not a fan of Jericho in 2024. He is one of my favourites of all. I love Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? I do, but in 2024, he has run stale. Would I rather... Is Chris Jericho as the Ring of Honor World Champion better than Mark Briscoe holding it? I think so. No disrespect to Mark Briscoe, but I mean, the guy looks like a meth head. And the rumours are they did this because of a TV deal. Who knows? But it's not like Jericho buried the guy. Big Bill carried him up the top of the ladder and he managed to retrieve it. Some decent spots in here, but I mean, Jericho is beginning to slow down. Here, a ladder match on free TV with Chris Jericho in it. You can't complain too much at the end of the day, but I mean, it was alright. But then, what I didn't get is Ishii came out and it's like, right, so it looks like he's going to go at challenging Jericho. But as people were rightfully pointing out on Twitter, it's like, why didn't he help Mark Briscoe? Like, they're clearly out there. I don't understand that. You know what I mean? Briscoe's getting screwed left, right, and centre in this match, and no one's helping him. I've seen JD from New York absolutely greeting about this decision, so I mean, it is what it is. Adam Cole then arrives. Before we can get the story time, bye. Here's the Undisputed Era. Undisputed Era. It's not about Max, it's about this. The Undisputed Era. Roddy says he's proud of Cole. You worked your ass off, buddy, to get back for that injury. And apparently, I read somewhere that Adam Cole needed to get a bone out of somebody's dead body to recuperate from his injury. What sort of injury did Adam Cole pick up? I know he was in a leg brace, but I don't get this. You know what I mean? I don't really understand this. MJF then shows up in the Tron. He's getting a massage. But see, no, I don't get. It's funny. It's like everyone's marking it on Twitter for the woman that was giving MJF a massage here, and it wasn't his fiance, so I don't really know who it was. But it's like they're like, oh, I don't see MJF. I just see the woman massaging MJF, and these are the same guys that would fucking cry if you want to see a bra and panties match, but they'll fucking mark out because some woman's giving MJF a massage. Yeah, sex sells, so I welcome this sort of content, you know what I mean? Then we had the House of Black taking on Kevin Koa, Jaden Monroe, and Pirate del la Muerta. Is this some Spanish pirate? Is this like a 13th century gimmick? I mean, seriously? Like, what is going on? The House of Black win after about 4 seconds. Buddy Murphy is like, Adam Cole, bye. Now that he's cleared. Cole then runs into these guys in the back, and Matthew's like, I'm going to prove you're fragile, wee man. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it, big man. We then had Queen Anita taking on Camille. Camille picks up the victory here. Right. This match was really sloppy, but I think it got better the longer it went on. But you know, you've got Mercedes Moné, and there's this like scrolling through Twitter, man. There's just like these weird fucking Reddit pages, like, oh, look at Mercedes Moné's toes. Yeah, look at her toes, everybody. Brilliant, fucking real laugh that is. Chris Statlander comes out, and then they do the whole reverse DDT thing. Bang, good night. Camille stands tall with Mercedes Moné. Chris Statlander was wearing like a Batwoman bra, something like that. Team AEW though, they're still out in the parking lot. They're waiting. But then what happens? The Patriot hits the ring. Out comes Hook. Hook gets blasted by Kip Sabian. It turns out the Patriarchy were the ones that attacked Taz in the parking lot. But Christian is coming for Hook. I am. Woo, I am. Up next though, we had the big match. The Elite The Elite, damn it, taking on Danny Garcia and Private Party. It just feels like a really shitty throwaway match, in the main event here. The Elite, I mean, what is there to say? The Elite have run its course. Like, see Okada, right? Who sucks, by the way, and wasn't actually a part of this match. But it's like, how's that guy on 5 million? I mean, look what he did on Battle of the Belts. He drew in 74,000 viewers. Well, he's in the wee secret, guys. 74,000 viewers is absolutely shite, to say the least. But Private Party and Danny Garcia win. Brilliant. Cassidy then comes out tonight. We proved we had the Bucks number. They want a rematch. We get a rematch and they lose, and Private Party splits up for good. But the Bucks accepted it. A truck then pulls up into the parking lot. It's only Marina Shafir. You don't know who I am. I know who you are. Right? But then Claudio and Wheeler hit the ring. Moxley was a cameraman. He drags Chuck Taylor. Wheeler Yuta puts it around Chuck's ankle. But then he's like, no, actually, I'm going to put it around his neck. Cassidy hits the ring. Claudio then fucking batters him. They batter Chuck. His neck gets absolutely broke. The AEW locker room comes out. And Orange Cassidy looked incredibly pissed off. But I'm sorry, right? They cannot pretend to build up Orange Cassidy as this like monster now that's been flipped because of the BCC. It doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Like it simply will not work like that. This guy's been a fucking goofball for 5 years. He's 40 years old. His finisher's called Orange Squash. His Titantron has to do with fucking OJ, right? And not OJ Simpson. It's like, what are we doing? Like, who's honestly sitting watching this, right? Marking out because a switch has been flipped, sorry. Although a flip has been flipped. So it's this company with a flippy dippy in it. It's like a switch has been flipped in Orange Cassidy's head. Who's excited for that? This isn't 2003 where Kane is tag team with RVD and he loses that mask match and he takes the fucking mask off and goes ballistic and starts setting people on fire and come to the ring in fucking padlocks and chains. This is Orange Cassidy, whose entire gimmick is that he does moves at like 1 mile an hour and he likes to drink orange juice because he's a fucking loser. I mean, I have orange juice in the fridge. Is that what it me? Ending a show that's, got an 885 million TV deal? Probably not. But as for this show, I will give it. What am I going to give AEW Dynamite? I mean, honestly, I'll give it a 3. This show's getting a lot of hate online, right? I honestly don't really. Well, I mean, Jericho winning, that's why. I agree that this whole Bullet Club, Blackpool Combat Club, is run its course, but there's some weeks that people are like, oh, Dynamite was like a 9.5 out of 10. And I'm like, it was like a 1. The week where like all the marks and the AEW fanboys are crying about it, and I'm sitting here like, well, you know what? Actually, I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that bad. And people might be like, well, you're giving it a 3 out of 10. Yeah, but that's just wrestling 2024. It's very rare we give anything above that. I mean, NXT recently got 5 out of 10s in a row, but I mean, we were watching what I think it's the 10th of March 2003, right? And see, within the first half an hour, like Shawn Michaels has come out and battered Chris Jericho. You'd Chris Jericho and Christian against Rob Van Dam and Kane as the first match. Bischoff rallying the troops against Austin, but saying he doesn't want Austin battered, right? You then had Jeff Hardy against Rico. You had Rock and Hurricane in the segment backstage. You had Austin arriving backstage to the arena, and a hilarious segment with Goldust, and then you had like Ric Flair confronting Booker T and Booker T beating the shit out of Triple H backstage, who then went and confronted Maven and challenged him to a fight, and that's all within 32 minutes. And the worst thing I mentioned there is more exciting than the best thing on this show. You know why that is? Because fucking old stuff was good, great, fantastic. This new stuff is bleak, and I don't think we're getting Shane McMahon. It just feels like it's continuing on for too long now without much answers. Anyway, guys, 3 out of 10. Till next time, peace.